God-level duplication system. Chapter 54. Advancement. Among the disciples, there were many who wanted to challenge Lin Xuan. Because Lin Xuan was a new disciple, he seemed to be the weakest among the top 20. But at this moment, after witnessing Wang Kui's miserable ending, they couldn't help but feel extremely lucky. Fortunately, they didn't make a move, or else they would have been like this. Only now did they understand that Lin Xuan's talent could no longer be measured by their worldview. This had already surpassed their understanding and imagination. The top 3 experts of the outer sect also had solemn expressions. Apart from Chen Yuzi, who had broken through to the Qi transformation stage, Zhou Lei and Guan Yuanshuang both had solemn expressions on their faces. Even if they attacked, they might not be able to defeat Wang Kui with a single strike like Lin Xuan. However, Lin Xuan had done it. This already showed that Lin Xuan's strength was not inferior to theirs and might even surpass theirs by a few points. When the 3 of them thought of this, they couldn't help but feel shocked by Lin Xuan's talent. Without a doubt, Lin Xuan's talent had far surpassed theirs. With Lin Xuan's current strength, they were afraid that it wouldn't be long before they were no match for him. It seemed like they had to break through to the Qi transformation stage as soon as possible and enter the inner sect. Otherwise, they might really be defeated by a new disciple like Lin Xuan. As the 3 great experts of the outer sect, they had their own pride. Even if Lin Xuan was a top genius in the Drifting Cloud sect, however, he was still a new disciple. They didn't want to be surpassed by a new disciple. The 3 of them looked at each other and saw some determination in each other's eyes. On the high platform, Xu Anlan's eyes fell on Lin Xuan. His eyes narrowed. No one knew what he was thinking. The Grand Elder nodded with a satisfied look in his eyes. Not bad. Grand Elder couldn't help but praise him with a smile on his face. Lin Xuan's talent was one of the best among the true disciples. If he grew up, his future would be limitless. This would bring great benefits to the entire Drifting Cloud sect. As the sect's senior, he was naturally delighted. On the arena, congratulations to host for obtaining a Spirit Opening Stage Level 2 Warrior, Xu Anlan's Shocking Energy plus 3000. Congratulations to host for obtaining a Qi Transformation Stage Level 1 Warrior, Chen Yu's Shocking Energy plus 700. Lin Xuan heard the constant sound of notifications ringing in his ears. He looked at the rapidly increasing energy points in the attribute panel in the void in front of him and his eyes revealed a satisfied expression. He had obtained several tens of thousands of energy points, and this made him very satisfied. In the upcoming competition, he had to perform well. If possible, it would be best for him to win first place. With that, not only would he be able to obtain a huge amount of energy points, but he would also be able to obtain 3,000 contribution points. That was equivalent to at least 300 substandard spirit stones. If he exchanged it for cultivation resources, it would be enough for him to break through to the Qi transformation stage, right? Now that his cultivation talent has reached the spiritual rank, the rest of his innate talents are not bad. He was even slightly better than Xu Anlan, a true disciple. There wouldn't be any bottlenecks for him to break through from the Qi gathering stage to the Qi transformation stage, and then to the condensation spin stage. No matter how fast he broke through, his foundation wouldn't be unstable. What he lacked was a large amount of cultivation resources. This time, it might be able to make up for his deficiencies. Lin Xuan calculated in his heart. After that, he looked at the judge by the side and said, "Deacon Zhang, it's time for you to announce the result, right?" The judge, Deacon Zhang, also had a startled expression. He was shocked by the result of this match. He also did not expect that the battle would end so quickly. He only came back to his senses when Lin Xuan's warning was heard. He glanced at. With a complicated expression, he knew that another top genius was going to rise in the sect. After that, he announced in a clear voice, "Lin Xuan will win this match." As soon as his words left his mouth, a huge commotion broke out in the crowd. No one dared to look down on Lin Xuan just because he was the new disciple. This wasn't something that the Puppet Tower had indirectly proved through all kinds of evidence. It was because Lin Xuan had revealed his true strength in front of everyone. This was something that they couldn't help but believe. As for the new disciples, they regarded Lin Xuan as their idol. They no longer had any thoughts of comparing themselves with Lin Xuan. Lin Xuan had already surpassed them by far. They could only look at him from afar. Perhaps after a period of time, they would not even have the qualifications to look at him anymore. They naturally wouldn't have any thoughts of competing with him. They could only worship him. The challenge continued. After Lin Xuan, another person challenged the top 20. Half an hour ago, all the opportunities to challenge had been used up. But in the end, only 3 people succeeded in challenging the top 20. The rest of the people had all been defeated. These 3 men were all famous warriors of the outer sect, and they were all peak of chi gathering stage warriors. It was imaginable how difficult it was. Grand Elder's voice came from the high platform. The challenge is over. The top 20 names were confirmed. The next round was still the elimination round, and it would be a duel between 2 people. The victor would advance and the loser would be eliminated. The top 10 would be decided. The name list is with me. Deacon Zhang, come and pick it up. You all can start the competition. After saying that, Deacon Zhang jumped off the arena and walked towards the tall platform to pick up the name list. The rest of the disciples looked at Lin Xuan, Chen Yuzi, Zhou Lei, and the others with envy. Those who entered the top 20 would be ranked at the top of the outer sect, far surpassing them. Furthermore, as long as they made it into the top 20, they would receive a reward, 100 contribution points. This reward was at least equal to 10 substandard spirit stones. Even for the top 10 of outer sect, 10 substandard spirit stones were not a small amount. For ordinary disciples like them, it was a huge number. However, they had no luck with it. They were naturally very envious of them. Among the top 20, Lin Xuan was the only one who wasn't a peak of chi gathering stage, and he was only a beginner level disciple for a month. This made him stand out even more. The people who were paying attention to Lin Xuan were more than those who were paying attention to the number 1 expert of the outer sect, Chen Yuzi. This allowed Lin Xuan to obtain the energy points once again. However, Chen Yuzi was more depressed. He didn't think that he would be stolen by a new disciple. Initially, he thought that if he broke through to the chi transformation stage and participated in the competition, he would be the center of attention. In the end, Lin Xuan became the center of attention. His score was lower than Lin Xuan's. He could not do anything for Lin Xuan. He could only sulk. Not long later, Deacon Zhang came down from the high platform and returned to the arena. He said it loudly. The second round of elimination begins. The first round, Wang He vs Yi Feng. The matches between the top 20 were very exciting. These battles couldn't be missed, and they were carried out one by one. After Deacon Zhang's voice faded, the entire arena quieted down. Everyone's eyes landed on the arena, and they were looking forward to the duel between them. 2 disciples of the outer sect walked out from the 20 people in front of them. They came to the arena and started fighting. Both of them were peak of chi gathering stage warriors, so the difference in strength between them wasn't huge. In just a short period of time, it was hard to determine the winner of this battle. After a dozen minutes, due to the excessive consumption of true chi, the outcome of the battle was finally decided. After that, the second round of the battle began.